Dear students, in this lesson the last topic is mean free path. See, you look at the diagram. This is a gas. Number of gas molecules are there, and the gas molecules will be always moving at random in different directions. The gas molecules are never stationary, they always move at random with different velocities in different directions. And one molecule on its way, one molecule collides with another molecule and changes its direction. Let us see here. See, here you can see an arrow mark here. So in this direction a molecule is coming and colliding with this molecule. After colliding with this molecule, it changed its direction and traveled in this direction. So on its way, see, once again it collided with another molecule here. It means this is first collision, this is second collision, and in between these two collisions no molecule came on its way, so it could travel in a straight line. It could travel in straight line. So this distance, the distance traveled in a straight line, can be taken as a free path. And after colliding with this molecule, it changed its direction and traveled in this direction. Up to here it traveled in a straight line, and again it collided with another molecule. So between this collision and this collision, the distance traveled is a straight line, and this distance is known as free path. This, after colliding with this molecule, again it changed its direction and traveled in this way, and again collided with another molecules. So this is one free path. So here to here another free path, here to here another, here to here another free path. See, first free path, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. So 11 free paths are there, but all free paths are not having equal distance. Some are long distances, some are small distances. The free path distance is changing. Therefore, we take average of the path, average of the free paths we take, and that average value is called as mean free path. Mean free path. And we define mean free path as the average distance a molecule can travel without colliding is called the mean free path. Now let us look at this diagram. The gas molecules are shown as spheres, and the diameter of each sphere is d, or radius of each sphere is d by 2. See, its radius is d by 2. Its radius is d by 2. Its radius is d by 2. Now, let us suppose this gas molecule is moving with average velocity in this direction. In this direction. In delta t time, how much distance it travels? So distance traveled is equal to velocity into time. Here the average velocity is v and time delta t. So in delta t time, the distance traveled is from here to here, v into delta t, v into delta t. So this is the distance traveled by this gas molecule from here to here. Now, so when the gas molecule is moving in a line, it can collide with other gas molecules, but it can collide with other molecules only when other molecules come on its way. Suppose a molecule is here, it can have head-on collision with this molecule. Or if a molecule is like this, then also it can collide. If a molecule is like this, then also it can collide. So if a molecule is like this, see, this is its path as it is moving to right hand side. So this is its upper extreme end, this is its lower extreme end. So if a molecule is here, see, its upper edge, its lower edge just come in touch with each other, so they can have a lateral touch. And here also the same thing, its lower end, its upper end just touch. So up to in the upward direction up to here, and in the lower direction up to here, it can collide with other molecules. If the molecules are above this or below this, it cannot collide. Therefore, up to which distance it can collide, let us make a line. See, here to here d by 2, here to here d by 2, d by 2 plus d by 2, d. So here I have taken d distance. Similarly, in the lower direction, here to here the distance d by 2, here to here d by 2. So in the below also d distance. So with this diameter, I am drawing a cylinder. So if other molecules come within the cylinder, this can collide with them. If other molecules are the condition for collision is distance between two molecules must be less or equal to d. See here, this is a molecule, this is a molecule. The distance between two molecules means we take the distance from center of mass. Here this is its center of mass, this is its center of mass. So here to here d by 2, here to here d by 2. So the distance between the two atoms is d by 2 plus d by 2 d. So it can collide. So the distance between two atoms must be d or less than d. Then only this can collide with that molecule. If the distance between this molecule and this molecule is more than d, for example, you consider this molecule, here to here d by 2, here to here d by 2. But the distance between this and this is more than d, d by 2 plus d by 2 d, but here some gap is there now. So here the distance between two molecules is more than d, so it can't collide with this. It means center of mass of other molecules must be at least on the boundary of the cylinder. Here on the boundary of the cylinder, here outside the cylinder boundary, so it won't collide with this. So either on the its center of mass must be on the boundary or below the within the boundary, then it can collide. If its center of mass is outside the boundary, this cannot collide with this. So up to which the collision is possible. That up to that boundary is shown like this, here shown like this. So D, with D radius we have drawn a cylinder, and if center of mass of other gas molecules is, if the center of mass of other gas molecules is on boundary or within the boundary, it will collide. If the center of mass is outside the boundary, this will not collide. In delta t time, this molecule moves from here to here, and the cylinder, if we calculate the cylinder volume, now let us calculate the volume of the cylinder. Volume of cylinder is equal to base area into height or distance. Base area how much? Its radius is d, so pi d square. Distance, the distance travelled in delta t time is v bar, that is average velocity, into delta t. Now we know that small n represents number of molecules in unit volume. So in unit volume, how many molecules are there? N molecules are there. In capital V volume, how many molecules will be there? Capital V by 1 into n. Capital V value how much? Pi d square V bar delta t into n. So many molecules are there covered by the cylinder. Therefore, this molecule will collide with so many number of molecules. Therefore, number of collisions occurring in delta t seconds is equal to pi d square V delta t into n. Because our molecule will collide, so many number of molecules means so many collisions. In delta t time it will make so many number of collisions. In 1 second, number of collisions, how many? So 1 by delta t into pi d square V delta t n. Delta t gets cancelled. So the number of collisions occurring in unit time are called collision rate or collision frequency. So what is the collision frequency? Pi d square V bar n. Now we have a equation time period is equal to 1 by frequency. We all know. For our present case, time period between two collisions. Time period between two collisions. See, this is first collision, this is second collision. So the time interval between first collision and second collision, that is the time taken for the molecule to travel from first collision to second collision, that we are writing. Time period between two collisions is equal to 1 by collision frequency. The collision frequency is this much. So time period tau is equal to 1 by collision frequency. Now distance traveled during the time period by this molecule. Distance traveled by this molecule during this time period. Distance, therefore, distance is a product of average speed into time. Average speed is v, time period is tau, that is equal to v into 1 by pi d square v bar n. V and v gets cancelled. So this is the distance, average distance. Here average speed means here average distance. Average distance. L is equal to how much we got? 1 by pi d square n. This average distance is known as mean free path. But while deriving this expression, we thought that the other gas molecules are at rest. Only this is moving and this molecule and this molecule is at rest. For our mathematical convenience, we assumed like that. For mathematical convenience, we assumed that this molecule only moving and this and other molecules are at rest. But in fact that is not occurring. When this molecule is moving, at the same time this and other molecules are also moving. Therefore here the velocity therefore we should take not the average speed, but we should take relative speed, its speed relative to other molecules. From this expression we can understand that mean free path value depends upon number density and diameter of the molecule, that is size of the molecule. Mean free path depends on number density n and size of the molecule, that is d. And the mean free path is inversely proportional to number density and square of the diameter of the molecule. Depends inversely on number density and size of the molecule.